When I was kind of figuring out screenwriting, I just wanted to try something of every genre. See what's the difference when you're writing a horror versus writing a rom-com versus all that kind of stuff. So, and the easiest way for me to do that was shorts, and also like I love short stories and prose. Shout out to Alice Munro, who's one of my favorite authors of all time. What I always loved and admired about Alice Munro, don't worry,
Another shout out. I'm telling you, this is great. Yeah. Yeah, we're tagging her when we put this up for sure. Good to see you. Nice to I'm happy that you're listening.
What I love about Monroe is the story can only be 10 pages and it'll shatter your heart in a million pieces and then put it back together in a whole new way that you've never experienced before. So I love short stories because there's some ideas that are really poignant and will really make you think, but they probably didn't have the legs for 2 hours or an hour and a half. So that's what I was writing. And I was also, it's really easy when you're a procrastinator. That's the word. We're not live, are we?
Oh yeah, we're live and we can't edit any of this. That's going down. That is going down
in history.
For history. He'll be blacklisted.
When you are a procrastinator like myself, it's a lot easier to tell yourself I can write 10 pages instead of writing 100. So yeah, I was doing that and I just kind of had a backlog of scripts, viable scripts ready to go. And then this whole terrible global pandemic happened. And when that was finally coming to an end and we were getting those wonderful needles in our arms, a lot of filmmakers that I knew wanted to make something. Ooh. And they just needed material. And I said, hey, you got anything? And I said, take your pick, man, just peel them off. So a few people picked some. And so I've got some shorts in the works with different filmmakers. And that's really exciting for me because I know that like most writers, I have kind of my own little, we'll call it a voice, could also be a rut. We'll see. But I love the idea of seeing how different directors and different filmmakers translate that into their own style. And that's what's so great about making films. It's the most collaborative art form there is.
Adam, how does someone go about buying, or do they buy your scripts, or do they rent them, or
with short films, you don't really make money on them, so I would kind of feel wrong charging them up front. But when you make it through Actor, like an Actor co-op or something like that, you still need to make it nice and legal. And to make it legal to option a script, money has to change hands. So actually, for every film I've ever written, I've charged one loonie, one Canadian dollar. And I still actually have all the loonies. I've collected them.
I'll buy one right now on the air on episode 59. I'm going to buy an official. Which one should I buy? Should I buy the one that you wrote for me?
An original. Give me a title. I'll go to
right here. This. So let this be etched in podcast stone right here.
I have a loony too, Adam.
Brandon, should we pay $2 for it, or should we buy two?
Get two scripts, two short films from Adam Langton.
It better be good or our money back.
20 pages. That's too much. 20 pages. I don't know.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about this episode where it's going to be, this was the loony that popped us all. And we all made 50,000 Bitcoin off of this loony.
Viewers and listeners, throw your ideas for a great title and I will write to your title.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun game. Yeah, you literally just say the title.
So, as for what's on the go, one that I wrote is doing the festival run right now. It was produced by Laura Tremblay, directed by Mike Donis, two talented, wonderful people who also star in it. And it's called Scattered, and that's been doing festivals. One that I wrote called Let Me, which is going to be really interesting, was just made by a brilliant filmmaker that just last month they finished principal photography. Looking forward to that. And next month we have a weird little dark comedy thriller kind of thing, kind of a genre bender called Add to Wish List that's going to be made as well.
Ooh, what genres are you bending? Can you let those cats out of the bag?
I guess it's like a dark comedy, but we've got some kind of thriller elements.
We have a question from Adam Daniel Mazet. Was that the one that takes place on the bridge?
Yes, Let Me. That was the one that takes place on the bridge, because once upon a time I brought pages from that script right here to Laughing Vikings, and we all had a little bit of a read of those lines, and that was a lot of fun. And you did a fantastic job, Adam. So that one is being brought to life, and I'm really excited to see what that particular team does with it. And then, there's one that's really close to my heart that I'm working on now, because a dear, dear, dear friend of mine who's also an actor earlier this year was unfortunately diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And she reached out to me, asked me if I could write something for us to star in together that we could release to help raise money for breast cancer research. So that was the most recent one. So that was in the works. And of course, really looking forward to that.
Amazing. What's the name of that one? Or is it untitled?
Up in the air, but
Up in the air.
I know I like the title Meet Cute.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Is there an event or anything or you're still is that in early development right now? Is there a fundraiser link? I guess
breaking news. It hasn't.
Amazing.
Yeah, it barely has a draft done. So we're still early in the process.
Well, please share that with us, and we'll be a part of that.
That's when I come back for another episode.
Right.
About that.
Perfect.
Seems that Jim Tooby has a loony as well, so you may be writing.
See what happens,
guys.
We're getting the commission for you.
I'm quitting my day job.
Yeah, Laughing Vikings is now your lit agent as well. We're taking 15% of those 3 loonies.
Name your title, Jim, and I'm on it.
There you go.
That actually used to happen. Did you know that, like, in the golden age of Hollywood, the studios would just focus test just titles and
log lines,
and whichever the title performed best, they would give it to the writer and be like, "That's your next movie." And that's how we got the classic Cat People. Because Cat People. It's a very interesting title, isn't it?
Meow. Not to be confused with cats. This is different. Cat People.
But can you imagine if that landed on your lap and you have to make a movie and all you know is this title, Cat People? Like, so many directions to take that.
Yeah, I'd be like, finally, my opus. Finally, I've been given a legitimate opportunity to write the.
I already wrote one just for fun that fits. That's great.
Yeah. Ooh, you mean cat? Yeah.
We got a title suggestion: High Dungeon.
I like it.
Nice.
Sounds
man, throw something out here.
Rogen vehicle.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's a weed lounge underground in a dungeon motif. Yeah, high dungeon.